Hello and welcome this morning. This is the In Christ Co-Resurrection Participation Session. I'd like to welcome you to this session this morning. In this class, we are led by the mystery and presence of our living triune Christ as we are invited to move through a steep three-step process of participating in co-resurrecting the suffering and the limitation that is alive within ourselves and alive within the world around us. For this class, you're going to need a few things. If this is your first time taking the class, you want to look in the descriptions box below and print out that PDF. That's going to give you the organized list of the 7 embodied experiences that we are invited to become aware of so that we can bring ourselves fully home to God for renewal. So you want to go ahead and print that out. You also want to grab a journal and an index card and find a comfortable place where you can sit uninterrupted for about the next 45 minutes. You're also going to need 2 different colors of pens, and I'll explain to you why that is important as we get started. So we're going to go ahead and take our time and move through this process. I'm going to give you a few more moments to get situated. I'm going to have a few more sips of coffee, and then we can begin. So we begin our time together in the same way that we begin all of our moments of conscious awareness, and that is to pause and take a moment to notice how you are held by the place where you are seated. Go ahead and take a moment to notice how your body is held by your seat. And as you are noticing how your body is held by the place where you are seated, Jesus invites us to take a moment to recognize which part of your body feels the most held by your seat. You want to go ahead and notice that, and you're going to write down that body part into your journal. And we're saying, here is where I already feel the most held, right where I am seated. Let your brain see it and allow your body to experience being held. And then from that place, we're going to take a moment to recognize that God is alive in and through everything that is around us. And God is alive in and through everything that is around us in order to offer us living provision and living support for our journey. Jesus says that we are made by God to be living in intimate relationship with this profound Christ mystery and presence. One of the ways that we can begin to recognize and move into relationship with this presence is by learning how to feel God alive and holding you right through the place where you are seated. Go ahead and bring your awareness back to that body part that already feels held, because that's the part of your nervous system that's going to be most able to recognize and receive this profound Christ mystery. Let's go and bring our awareness back there together now. We're saying, here is where I am already the most connected to the way that God is alive and holding me. Here is where I am already the most connected to the way that God is alive and holding me. Take a moment to notice what that quality of support feels like to you. And you want to take a moment and write that down into your journal, what that quality of support feels like. And we're saying, this is God's living gift to me. This is God's living gift to me. And then from that place, as you are noticing what it is that God, as you are noticing and receiving what it is that God is providing for you, you want to take a moment to recognize what is the main challenge or aspect of suffering that you are facing today. You're going to take a moment and become aware of that and write that down into your journal. And then from that place, we're going to take a moment, and now we're going to be going through what is on that worksheet. So we're going to be reading what the main challenge is for ourselves today. Excuse me, I may sneeze. We're going to be reading what the main challenge is for ourselves today, and then we're noticing, how does your mind see that? What are the thoughts you hear your mind thinking, and what is the imagery that you see happening in your mind? Sorry, I got like dust all over me here. As you hear I'm sorry, I got distracted by the dust on my shirt. As you are noticing the challenge that you are facing today, you're noticing, how does your mind see that? What is the imagery that you see, and what are the thoughts that you hear your mind thinking as you are facing into that? And how do you normally talk about this type of challenge when you are facing into it? And how do you normally behave in the face of this challenge? And what are the emotions or the sensations that come up as you are facing into this challenge? And how does your breath rate respond as you are facing into this challenge? And what has it been like in the past as you have faced into a similar challenge like this? How did that play out? And what is it that you imagine is going to happen in the future because this circumstance is present? So this is not what you wish to happen. This is not the good thing. This is um, the unconscious thing that you think is going to happen because this circumstance is present. So you want to take a moment and you're writing that down. And so now we're going to take a moment and we're going to go back through our class, and we are going to change our pen color, and we're now bringing ourselves into relationship with Christ. So I'm saying here is where I am limited. Here is what is coming alive within me. Please help me to be held in your Christ mystery, in your Christ love, so that each of these aspects of myself can be rested and renewed and redirected. And participants, you're looking for what is the insight that you experience, not how you are going to do some behavioral shift and go out there and fix it through your own power, but it's by this radical power of Christ. How are you going to come back into relationship with this and allow God to guide you and reform your heart and reform your sight so that you can see this perspective from that Christ perspective rather from your own understanding of trying to keep and establish your power. So let's go ahead and we're going to go back through, and again we want to take a moment and revisit what it is that God is already providing us right through the place where we are seated. We're saying this is God's living gift to me. Go ahead and take a moment to take that in. And that is the aspect of ourself that we are bringing. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze again. And that is the aspect of ourself that we are bringing. That is the aspect of Christ that we are bringing into relationship with each of these layers of the embodied experience. Let's go ahead and take our time and work through that together now. And then from that place, we are noticing what it is that God is providing us through the place where we are seated. And we are also noticing what are the insights that God has provided us so that we can move into relationship with the aspect of suffering or challenge from a place of being supported and from a place of being um, invested in Christ in establishing a deeper connection. So, a lot of times, as we are trying to move into our conflict or into places where we are suffering, we're trying to overpower the situation or control or manage it rather than moving deeper into relationship with it. We are made to be reconcilers. We're not made to be overpowers, dominant. So coming into a relationship in a way that holds the other side of the conflict in care and love and patience so that you can understand their side and receive it. Hi. Or even understand your own side of maybe overwhelm or challenge or anger, or whatever the emotions are, that you are able to allow that to be held in Christ's love, and then watch what begins to happen. Watch what you are then able to see. So as you're looking at what you intuited through this morning's practice, you want to go ahead and write that down on the spare piece of paper so that you can, hey girl, so that you can take that with you today into the rest of your day. So let's go ahead and take some time to do that. And so then from that place, then we move into our day, um, redirected and partnered with Christ to the best of our capacity. And we can just hope that we can remind ourselves that in the moment, I can pause and maybe not respond in that moment, but wait for direction and engagement that is going to be um, allowing myself to be held in Christ as well as others that are in in relationship with me that are establishing some challenges. So I can slow down. I can remember God's there. I can receive what God has provided me and to the best of my ability live that out and then bring back what is left tomorrow because it is a constant dance. I wish you guys a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you when it suits your schedule next. Have a great day. And I give great thanks to my living Jesus Christ who leads me on this narrow path, and it is a divine path that leads me home to the heart and love of our living God so that we can participate in establishing heaven here on earth. Thank y'all for being here, and I will see you when it suits your schedule next. Take care.